Having a kundli in your pocket, in your phone, in your tablet will come handy, because whenever there is a transit and you are watching such videos, you can directly go to your horoscope and check how it is related to your own horoscope. How is the Dasha Mahadasha right now running in your life? And for that you can book a Kundli PDF report, which is an elaborate report, a system generated 300 plus pages report, which caters to your need of all the astrology data. It feeds you with not only your basic charts but also detailed Shodash work chart, divisional charts, all the types of Dasha, Mahadasha, Antardashas, and also an overview of 10 years of your life with current year predictions. This gives you a great guidance and a bird's eye view of your life in the future, how the future holds for you, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to take that step that you are thinking of. So book your Kundli PDF today and keep the destiny in your own hands. You will get a bonus numerology section if you book our detailed Kundli PDF. For more types of PDF reports catering to different yogas, catering to all the 20-year analysis, 10-year analysis, check out the website. Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Mars is now in Moola Nakshatra. Mars is in Sagittarius zodiac sign, and Mars is now getting aspected by Saturn. There is a lock of Saturn and Mars. Saturn's 10th aspect falls on Sagittarius, so on Mars, Mars' 4th aspect falls on Pisces, which is hosting Saturn. And then Jupiter, which is hosting Saturn, ruler of Pisces, is in Gemini, aspecting Mars. Very unique time. And this is the time where Mars is getting positive aspect. It is getting the patience of Saturn, guidance of Jupiter, the fire of Sagittarius, and the fundamentals of Moola, the victory of Purvashada. It's a very brilliant time. Technically, what it means, the technical breakdown, the cocktail of energy, the push and pull of the forces, the video will come soon on my Divine Circle platform. So go to the YouTube membership and join the channel, the membership tier, the Divine Circle, and become a member of the Divine Circle. What it will give you is unique astrological insights, which are very different from what I upload here. I go very technical there. If you don't want to join on YouTube, you can join me on Patreon. The same thing. The Divine Circle is the name of the tier. You can join me on Patreon also. For consultations, if you want to know the unique twists and turns of the Martian energy, you can book a consultation. For that, you can drop me an email, and I'm going to explain ascendant-wise analysis. Go and watch what Mars has to do for your ascendant. But before that, do not forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss another update. One unique message, a general remedy for all, because Mars is in the Moola Nakshatra, and Moola is the nakshatra of goddess Nritti. You can connect it with the goddess Kali. Not really, but for a simple spiritual person, I will say you can pray to Mata Kali, Mata Durga, and trust me, this is the best time to perform a Navachandi Yagya. I know there is no Navratra going on, or there is no special Muhurta, but a simple Durga Saptashati prayer to goddess Durga during this time, just because of the planetary alignment, chanting Ram Raksha Stotra will be a very, very good remedy for you, especially for people who have Martian problem, Mars related problem. If you have Mangal dosha, solving Mars's dosha during this time will be very, very important, very, very unique. Performing Navachandi, Shatachandi, Sahasrachandi Yagya, or doing any remedy related to Mars. If you have Mars Saturn conjunction, Mars Rahu, Mars Ketu conjunction, Angarak dosha Shanti will be good for you. All these pujas are available with me from my team, my company. If you want to book the puja with me, which are live, dedicated 1:1 puja, this is not samohik, this is dedicated puja streamed on Zoom, or you can attend the puja in person, whichever way you want to connect. If you want my team to do the puja, please let me know, drop me an email. Now let's start ascendant wise analysis. For Aries ascendant, Mars is going to move in the Sagittarius zodiac sign in the 9th house. This is a very, very positive movement for your ascendant lord when it actually enters the 9th house. Mars will aspect 3rd house, 12th house, as well as the 4th house. A 9th house Mars, especially when it crosses the Mula Nakshatra and goes in the Purvashada, that means the second phase of Mars transit in Sagittarius, is going to be very effectively a very power-packed transit. Remember, it's a time where your actions, your determination, your ability to bring a change will actually change your life for good. And this is one of a time where you are going to potentially get the maximum out of you. It's also the time where people can leave their home. You will leave your comfort zone and try something very different, something very unique, something which is extraordinary. So Mars transit is definitely going to be a very, very positive and a very, very unique transit for you. Now, when Mars is moving in the sign of Sagittarius, Jupiter will aspect this Mangal from Gemini. Jupiter is retrograding in Gemini and it is now aspecting Sagittarius, which is again a very, very positive, dharmic and a unique transit of Mangal. Now, if you have any Mangal related dosha, if you have Mars related problems in your life, then while Mars is in Mula Nakshatra for the first few days of the Mars transit in Sagittarius, you can do remedies such as praying to Goddess Durga, doing Mangala Shanti Yajna, performing a Navachandi Yajna, and also chanting Mata Durga's Path, Arati. You can take the name of Durga Ma and simply Om Durgaya Namah will help you in a long run. Career-wise, this is going to be a time of tremendous change. This is also going to make you speak with conviction, boldness, and with a lot of faith and with a lot of power. Just ensure that while you're speaking, don't oversay something, don't overdo anything, because overdoing anything is going to reduce the positivity of Mangal. For Taurus, Mars is going to be in a shape where it is very secretive, like a spy. Mars in the 8th house shows a lot of spy related activity, a lot of secret activity getting exposed. A lot of things are steaming behind the scenes, a lot of things are happening which you are not even aware of. 8th house Mars is fighting all the odds and trying to show that it can win. This Mars is good for joint wealth development if you want to start business partnership with your spouse or with your in-laws. Mars in Sagittarius is fighting for dharma but also sacrificing for dharma. So you are going to get your due, but not now. Wait for Mars to go in the 9th house. For you, when Mars goes in the 9th house, it becomes exalted. Don't forget that Mars is also combust. So a lot of wars that is happening for you behind the scene, you won't even realize. While Mars is in Mula Nakshatra in the 8th house, this is the time to focus on spiritual activity, focus on dharma sadhana, focus on the Muladhara chakra, praying to or listening to the Lam Bij mantra and focusing on Bhagwan Ganapati prayers. Performing a Navachandi Yajna are some of the remedies by which Taurus will see something unique happening, as if there is some divine force guiding you, as if there is a hand holding happening for Taurus. That is what you will see in the coming days. Gemini. For Gemini, Mars will move in the 7th house. A 7th house Mars can be very powerful, very strategic in your business, but this can be very sensitive in the personal life. On the personal sphere, especially for matters related to marriage, you need to be very cautious, you need to be very careful. This is the time when Mangal is going to be a kind of a Mars which gets distracted by the balance that the life needs, because Mars is in its own pace, it has its own energy, it has its own aura. With Mars in the 7th house, it aspects your 10th and the 1st house. So it wants you to focus on the career side of everything. But focusing too much on the career will take the focus away from the personal life. The recommendation is that while Mars is in Sagittarius and while Mars aspects the Shani, you need to have a strong focus on the career, but ensure that your marriage is not getting affected because of this. Now, good thing is that 7th Lord Jupiter is in the 1st house. You can start a business partnership with your life partner, or you can start a life partnership with your business partner or your colleague. That is both a possibility during this time, provided you are running a marriage yoga. This is going to be a very good time to build strong foundation in the career, travel a lot, ensure that you bring business for your company. And for startups, young entrepreneurs, this is going to be a time of your life. You will build strong products, innovative products. Ensure that Jupiter, while it is in the 1st house, which is aspecting the 7th house, is giving you the right guidance. Now, the recommendation is, as long as Mars is in the 7th house, don't get irritated by the slowness of life, by the stagnation. You have to listen to the other person's opinion also. The problem with Mars in the 7th house is that it wants to make things run his way. That won't happen. Jupiter is going to give you maybe a better advice. You can get better advice from the other people. So be ready to be proven wrong. Be ready to be a little flexible, and be ready to actually adapt and bring multiple opinions into one single piece. One who will do this will become very, very successful. Now, with Mars as having a 8th aspect on the 2nd house, definitely shows that you are going to ignore the family's advice. You may end up doing something that your family does not agree upon. Whatever happens, you be very polite, you be very humble. Cancer ascendant, the Mars will move in your 6th house. A 6th house Mars can be good for focusing your energy for good health. 6th house Mars is a Mars that is more connected with competition, trying to win all the battles. And this is a good time to go back and look to your failures and your defeats. What made you fail? What mistakes did you commit? And this is the time to learn from your own mistakes. With the Mars coming in a very strong potential, and that too with the Jupiter causing a Viparit Rajyoga and aspecting this Mangal, Mars has this a huge responsibility on its shoulder. So do you. So this is the time where you will be engaged with multiple roles and responsibilities in your job sector, in the service industry, especially in the domain of technology, IT, communications, real estate. In the engineering divisions, you are going to see stiff competition, and also you are going to see that you will have to work really hard. You will be the one responsible. Saturn in the 9th house is aspecting this Mars, so luck is not going to favor you. This is the time for sheer brute strength. You will have to actually hustle, and whomsoever wants to build an empire must be a servant before it becomes a boss. If that's how you can understand it as a figure of speech. Mars from the 6th house also aspects the ascendant, so sometimes you get wounds in the battle. That does not mean that you have lost. So understand that sometimes you have to take the hit, and that hit will come to you. But if you keep moving, if you keep going and find the right direction and the right proportion of your forces, I think you will win fairly with good margin. It's a good time for athletes and people who are in the sports industry. Mars presence is going to make you a person with a strong commitment, and you will be able to do well in your field of work. So overall, from career perspective also, this is going to be a very positive time. The only thing is, sometimes overtaxing your body can cause muscle related injuries. Be careful. For Leo ascendant, which is another fire zodiac sign, Mars transit in the 5th house is again a very good transit. In fact, in your case, a 9th lord is 9 places away in the 5th house. A brilliant Raj Yoga, a brilliant positive connection for Mars. With Mars in the 5th, this is going to give you a strong expression, bold mindset, will help you strategize what you like in life. It will help you remove what you dislike. This is also going to shape up your destiny. Mars will aspect the Trik Bhavas, the 8th house as well as the 12th house. When Mars has 4th aspect on the 8th house, it is going to be very protective towards your finances, towards your assets, and you will be kind of ensuring that you are safe from all areas. It's a very defensive Mars. While Mars 8th aspect falling on the 12th house reduces your expenses, it helps you stop the losses from happening. So strategically, and especially from the perspective of speculative gains, gains from defense, gains from engineering, gains from electrical and electronic goods, Mars is in a very good position. So if you want to study, and if you're a student, if you want to study all these areas, or if you want to do something like a career or a business from Martian related areas, also in real estate, this is going to be a brilliant transit for you. For Virgo, Mars moves away from the 3rd, moves to the 4th, shows positive sign related to real estate, property and assets. 4th house Mars in the Mula Nakshatra shows that you need to go back to the drawing board and realize what is making you happy, what is making you comfortable. Mars in Sagittarius shows that you will fight for it, you will show that you really need something, and you will be very vocal and verbal and bold about it. But 4th house is something from the Kalpurush side, is Cancer zodiac sign, where Mars gets debilitated. So it's more like you will be more active in your home rather than office. If you're working from home, if your home is your office, well, work is going to be your dominant force in the home. You will be more engaged in the activities related to work, something that you would want to, settle down and relax a bit. So the idea is to make your workplace a relaxing, soft, stable environment and not very rugged or raw. So make your workplace very comfortable. Whatever is needed, do it so that you are comfortably working. You're not hurting yourself, but you're also continuing to work. Otherwise, your energy will go down. You will feel a little lethargic. There can be fights in your home, especially related to matters related to real estate. That can trouble you a lot. You will also see that tensions related to brothers will go down, provided you are doing what you have to do without expecting anything in return. Mars in the 4th house will aspect your 7th, 10th and 11th house. So from the perspective of business, you can build something very strong. This is the time to build strong processes. And once the process and the system has been established, you will be able to take control of everything. Remember, Mars is all about taking control. And then once that control and order is in place, the sun will rule. So people who have strong Surya, sun which is in the sign of Aries, sun which is in Capricorn, sun which is in Leo, sun which is with Mars, sun which is with Mercury, sun which is with Jupiter, you will see great career boost. So for Virgo ascendant, it's a brilliant positive time. Libra is going to experience a very powerful Mars, a 3rd house Mars. Mangal in the 3rd house is entire confidence and energy lying in your hands. Somebody who is using their hand to create something. If you run a garage, if you are a scientist, if you are an engineer, if you prepare something from your own hand, if you're designing something, if you're producing something, this is the time of your life. It brings bold expression. It makes your non-verbal communication very impactful. But sometimes what happens that if in your Kundli Mars is negative, you may end up being too powerful. You may end up having this emotion that you are above everybody. Be careful, be mindful. Although Saturn in the 6th house won't let you do that, but still, Mars and Saturn will go on a war. 3rd house Mars, 6th house Saturn, you need to be on your toes and fulfill your duty and responsibility, because a lot of work is going to come your way. A lot of preparation will be needed to execute something that you have committed for. Whether you're in a job or whether you are in a business, be ready to work hard. Jupiter is in your Bhagyasthan, in your 9th house. Jupiter is going to build your destiny. But for that, Jupiter will make you work multiple times. You will have to repeat some tasks. You will have to run. You will have to, prepare your itinerary once again. A lot of things will happen where you will feel frustrated. Your energy will seem to be wasted. And initially, it may seem that you're not even getting the results of your actions. Have patience. Things will flow in a positive way quite soon. For Libra, my recommendation will be that praying to Bhagwan Hanuman will be a very good remedy. Wearing the red colored thread on the right wrist for male and on the left wrist for females is also a protection coming from the divine. Also, you should use a lot of positive messages and messaging throughout your community, throughout your friend circle. That will also help you a lot. Protect yourself from electricity and fire related hazards, and don't show any sign of adventure. Don't go and visit a place that is of geopolitically disturbed location. Even if you are somebody who is a travel vlogger, be mindful. But otherwise, it's a very good time. Now coming to Scorpio, the second water zodiac sign. This is a strong Martian domain. You are ruled by Mars, and Mars is leaving your ascendant and going to the second house. It hits the Mula Nakshatra, then goes to the Purvashada Nakshatra. Second house is house of financial security, family. Naturally not the ideal place for Mars, but here what it shows is that arguments can happen in the family. Arguments can happen over matters related to money, settlements of money, transactions. There can be verbal war. Be careful. You need to be very polite. There can be a war because of marital issues between two families who are getting married or who are married. See, your ascendant lord in the second house shows that you need to be involved. You need to be involved in personal activity, in matters related to your family. This also shows that you will run around to manage your wealth, maybe visiting CA's office, maybe talking to financial consultant. Things are not going to settle down automatically. Saturn is in a very strong position, basically in your fifth house. And with this, it shows that you need to have an appetite to take the hit and give it back, as a figure of speech. Now, what it means is that there will be challenging times ahead. There will be difficult times ahead. There can be financial crunch, financial difficulties ahead. And you need to strategize everything and plan everything. Anyone who is trying their luck, anyone who is trying to do things abruptly, I don't think that will work. Because Mars 8th aspect falls on the 9th house, it is going to break all the fantasies, all the faith. It is more about not trying luck, but believing in yourself and trying to do the best that it can do with strategy, with confidence, with strong willpower. You will get all that support. Sagittarius is a good place for Mangal, especially in the Purvashada Nakshatra. But this can also create some bad verbal tone. This can create some insulting behavior. Be careful. If you start facing problems in your gums or in your teeth, if you are starting to face a thyroid related issue, too much of inflammation in the body, time to take great care of your health. For Sagittarius, Mars is definitely going to be a very powerful transit because Mars rules your fifth house. Fifth lord in the ascendant is a Raj Yoga in itself. It's a kingmaker's yoga, by the way. So when Mars enters your first house, it empowers you, it builds you, it wants you to focus on best of the best. So what you should do is avoid anger, avoid unnecessary aggression, be polite, be humble, strategize and plan everything, and prepare for disaster. But obviously disaster won't happen. But the way you should go ahead is hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Mars is war, Mars is victory, Mars is energy, Mars is brute strength. With first house Mangal, it can make you headstrong, it will make you very confident in your personality, you will be very happy within your skin. And this is a time when you can do something big, something bold that you have never tried before. export and import business will flourish. If you are the supplier of machineries, if you are a supplier of engineering products, if you want to open up factories, if you want to start some manufacturing business, Mars will actually help you a lot. With the fire energy of Mars, it is good to hit the gym, reduce the weight, focus on the metabolism. Also, if you are related to fire safety or fire related products, this is going to be a very good time. For Sagittarius ascendant, I also recommend a fire insurance, protecting your assets and reducing your costs, but also spending money on right things. With fifth lord in the first house, you need to take care of your calorie intake. This is the time to be fit, not increase your weight or become unhealthy. This is the time to focus on yoga, pranayam, sadhana, and with Mars in Moola Nakshatra, for the first few days of Mars transit in Sagittarius, it's a time for sadhana. It's a time for occult energization in the body. It's a time to focus on the root chakra. If you are feeling lack of money, if you are feeling insecure because of lack of money, if you feel that things are not moving in the right direction, then Mars in Sagittarius can actually help you in a big way. Chanting Mangal Mantra and Hanuman Pujan can be done to improve your confidence. Fifth lord in the first house anyway is a Raj Yoga, so whatever you touch can turn into gold, but you have to ensure that you are not in the time frame in the Mahadasha Antardasha of a negative planet, especially if that negative planet is affecting or hurting Mars of your birth chart. For Capricorn, well, you are the zodiac where Mars gets exalted. For you, Mars going in the 12th house is nothing but purification of Mars before it becomes exalted in your first house. Remember, Mars is combust. Sun is following the Mangal. And when Mars goes in the 12th house, it is very good for people who are doing export and import, but because it is combust, temporarily it can create government related, visa related, passport related issue. It can create issues related to foreign settlement. There can be paperwork related stuff. Money can get stuck. Consignment can get stuck. You can feel pain in your feet. You can hurt your feet. Ankle pain, twisting of the ankle, breaking of bone or cartilage in a minor level can be seen when Mars is in the 12th house. People who are in the business of shoes should be the one who will see the greatest rise, especially if you are a chiropractor, if you are into physiotherapy. You will see great boost in your career. Wellness industry will see great boost in their career. What you have to do is take care of your body. Mars in the 12th house is release of energy. So let the negative energy get released, and it's a brilliant time to cancel any prarabdha karma. Expenses will be definitely on the rise and you won't be able to control it, but you can manage it. So manage your expenses wisely, pre-plan everything. Strategy and planning is the key. Jupiter in the 6th house can also increase medical expense. So better to do it by yourself, by visiting ashram, by visiting or taking some Ayurvedic medicines, taking care of the body and mind and spirit with holistic sciences. Yes, if you need proper medicine or hospitalization, that goes without saying. I'm not talking about that, but also take care of your body, eat right, don't be miser towards your own body, because that is what is going to help you carry your soul through this realm. So ensure that you are actually spending time for your own happiness. For Aquarius, this is going to be a time where Mangal is in your 11th house. Your 10th lord is in 11th house. It aspects your 2nd house. Well, this is the time to get a lot of money. This also shows that you will snatch your happiness. You're not getting it, you will enforce it. This means that it is very good for people who are in a toxic relationship, who are in a suppressed state, to release their emotions and actually come out the way they are, the way you are. And you may not even feel whether what the world will say. You will just do what you want to do, and which is a very good thing. Mars in the 11th house will give you support from friends, support from network circles, support from family members, and Mars is also going to give you a chance to unite with people of like-mindedness. Mars is in a very positive, in a very optimistic state of life. And 11th house Mars aspecting the 5th house, aspecting the 2nd house, and moreover on top of that aspecting 6th house with 8th aspect shows that your debt will go down, you will get more money, you will get support, and your financial woes are going to go away, and you will also become more fitter. You will take steps to be more fitter. People will associate, you will get guidance from your network how to make your health better, how to prepare for something better. So I will say this Mars is a very, very good Mars for you. For Pisces, Saturn and Mars will lock their horns. Saturn in the 1st house, Mars in the 10th. Completely karmic transit. Mars being the 9th lord going in the 10th house and being the 2nd lord going in the 10th house, placement wise it's such a brilliant placement. Good for your career, good for proving yourself, good for showing your worth, and good for giving a good, humble, positive, constructive reply to some old insult. Not in the form of revenge, but in the form of protecting your self-respect. Mars in the 10th house will also make you very bold, confident in your workplace, and you will be able to achieve solutions. Your solution-oriented approach, your problem-solving approach will actually make you very famous. Mars in the 10th house is all the energy that you need to build your career and push your company and from the troubling times to something which you always dreamt of. This is the time when you can actually build your career big time. So don't miss this valuable Mars in the 10th house. Remember, in the Kalpurush, Mars gets exalted in the 10th house. That means Mars loves to work. Mars is more functional planet. If you sit at home, do nothing, if you waste your time, you're actually wasting Martian energy. Matters related to real estate, court-related problems, anything which is Martian in nature that needs a lot of masculine effort, you will be able to do it with Mars in the 10th house. And people who are involved in defense forces, you will be able to see people supporting you. If you are in business related to defense, your business will grow. If you want to prepare for defense or civil service examination, you will see great success coming your way. With Mars aspecting the 5th house, it only means the drawback is that you may feel disconnected and with the romantic side of life, and you are more onto work. It's true masculine energy, but the feminine side of your life fades away. You need to balance that. People with Mars-Venus conjunction, people with Venus-Ketu conjunction, and people with Saturn-Mars-Venus conjunction should be extra cautious in your marriage and relationship.